And I'm back. Today I'm going to be doing the practice problems that go along with section 2.5, comparing and ordering real numbers. All right, this is on page 121 of your workbook, and you will need a calculator for these problems. Square root of 11, we need to turn these both into decimals, and I'm going to do them, and you're going to do them. You hit second x squared button and the 11. Oh, first you got to turn the calculator on. All right, second x squared button, 11, gives me, let's round it to 3.3. So, turn the pen on. Round this to 3.3. Okay, and 3 2/3, I happen to know, is 3.6 repeating. All right, so which one's greater? 3.6 repeating. So the alligator wants to eat the bigger number. Okay, and it's kind of juvenile, but you know, since this is actually 3.666 and continues on, it's actually going to be more than halfway to 3.7. So put that there. This would be 3 2/3. Okay, and the square root of 11 is 3.3. And that was rounded. It was just barely, you know, just a tad over 3.3. So there, or maybe a little to the right of it. Square root of 11. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, square root of 3. Hit second x squared button and 3. And I get 1.73. Square root of 10 divided by 2. Second x squared button, 10 equals, divided by 2 equals, I get 1.58. All right, so 173 is larger, so the alligator will want to eat the bigger number. And the square root of 3, we graph at 1.73, which is not quite halfway to 1.8. That is going to be our square root of 3. And then 1.58 would be almost all the way to 1.6. And that will be the square root of 10 over 2. See, pretty easy. As long as you can know how to turn them into decimals, then it's easy to tell which one's bigger and where it would go on a number line. Negative pi squared. What would they think of next? All right, well, let's just do pi squared. Is pi even on this calculator? I always just put in 3 point. Oh, there it is. Okay. Pi squared equals, all right, and it's negative. So this is going to be negative 9.87. Rounded, of course. And the negative square root of 93. So we will hit second x squared button, 93 equals, this will be negative 9.64. Now keep in mind, with negative numbers, less is more. So the number that is smaller is actually greater than the other one. So this number is bigger because 9.64 is a smaller number than 9.87, so it's actually greater. Okay? It's opposite on the negative side of things. Now, where do we graph these? Well, the negative pi squared is negative 9.87. So here's negative 9.8. And then since 7 is the next number, that means it's, about 2/3 of the way to 9.9. So this would be our negative pi squared. And a negative square root of 93 is negative 9.64. So here's negative 9.6. 9.64 would put it almost halfway. So this would be negative square root of 93. Alrighty, and this is all I'm really asking of you in section 2.5, is to be able to change numbers into decimals and then tell me which one's bigger, put them in order by size, graph them on a number line. That's all I'm asking you to be able to do. Negative square root of 12, we're going to hit second x squared button and 12. And that gives me 3.46, and it's going to be negative 3.46. And negative 320%, this is really 320 over 100, which gives us negative 3.2. Okay. So which one's bigger? Remember, with negative numbers, less is more. So 3.2 is actually greater than 3.46. And now we need to graph them on the number line. Negative 3.46 would be about halfway between 3.3 and 3.4. So just about halfway here. That's negative square root of 12. And negative 3.2 is right here. And that is negative 320%. Normally on the error test, they will expect you to put the original value on the number line. All right, so now they've given us 4 numbers and they want us to rank them from least to greatest. We have 3 1/2. I know that one is 3.5. We have 10/3, which is 3 1/3, so it's 3.3 repeating. Pi, we're going to go with the standard 3.14 on that one. And the square root of 13, that one I'll have to use the calculator for. Second x squared button, 13 equals, and I'm rounding 3.6. All right. So then we have to put them in order from least to greatest. All right. Well, they're all positive, so the smallest one will be the smallest one. 3.14 is the smallest, so pi is first. All right. That one's done. What would be the next smallest one? 3.3 repeating, which is 10/3. All right. And then the next would be 3 1/2. And then last but not least, the square root of 13. And graphing them on the number line, 3.5 is here. This is 3 1/2. 10/3 is 3.3 repeating, which would be about a third of a way to 3.4. So that's 10/3. Pi is 3.14, which would be almost halfway to 3.2. That's pi. And then the last one is the square root of 13, which is 3.6. Square root of 13. See, this is kind of fun, right? I think it's fun. Okay, the table shows the foul shot statistics for 3 players in a recent basketball game. Which player had the greatest foul shot statistic? They just want to know which one of these numbers is worth the most, okay? So 7/9, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do top divided by bottom. That's how you can use any calculator to turn a fraction into a decimal. All right, top divided by bottom gives me 0.7 repeating. 72% is 0.72. And 8 out of 10 is 0.8. Okay. So which one had the greatest foul shot statistic? Number 3. All right, select the symbol that makes the sentence true. Square root of 27, okay? The square root of 27 and the square root of 95 divided by 2. Okay? Clear. Second, x squared 27 is 5.2. And the square root of 95, second, x squared 95 equals 9.7, but we have to divide that by 2, which gives us 4.9. So which one's bigger? Square root of 27 is bigger. So the alligator wants to eat the bigger number. Which one of these is the correct symbol? B. Okay. And that's it. All right, that's all I'm going to expect you to be able to do from this section. And those are all the practice problems I plan to do from the practice pages. Okay, so hop on over to McGraw-Hill now and complete the practice assignment over there. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. See you.